Welcome to New Horizons. I'm Suzanne Barnett, your host, and tonight I'm also like a dog in a forest because our show is all about jewelry. My very special guest is Connie May, who is a gem entrepreneur. Connie is a horsewoman. Connie has a beautiful shop in downtown Los Altos called Estatements. Some of the jewelry is from there, and some of it is from Connie's beautiful, her own collection, of course. So let us meet Connie.
Hi,
Connie,
Suzanne.
I'm so glad you're here.
Good to be here.
And how come we're so addicted to jewelry?
I could love to answer that question. I think this is a addiction that starts very early on, as it did with me. I believe that some people have an addiction to two colors, sparkly and shiny. And those are my two favorite colors. And I have always been drawn to the reflection that comes from a beautiful gem or a polished silver or even an estate piece that's got history and provenance and all that stuff going on. So I just believe that it's a woman's thing, and I think you've got to be a woman to understand how valuable jewelry is.
It is. But I think what's so interesting, what I found out about you, Miss Connie, is how did it start when you were 7 years old?
I was 7 years old, and I came across a old car in a beat-up old part of town, walking to school, and the glass had fractured from years of sunlight exposure. And I saw all these little pieces of glass that had fallen down, and they were rainbow in color. And I picked these pieces of glass up out of this old beat-up car, and I took them home, and I thought, you know what? I could do something with this. This is fun. Unfortunately, the fun ended when my dad discovered that I'd used all of his silver soldering to create rings that I then sold to my classmates. I believe 10 cents a piece. But I wrapped that silver around and wrapped it around and made rings and pendants and a couple of bracelets. And it just got to me how creative jewelry could be. A simple thing like a ring and a piece of glass from an old car could turn into something truly unique and luxurious. And I think that is what most designers and creators of jewelry are looking for, is that piece of glass or that piece of stone that can turn into something truly magnificent with a little creativity.
Well, tell us.
Oh, well,
Show us
in the
some
beginning,
wonderful things.
well, not in the beginning, but not so far away, the Navajo Indians started doing the squash blossom. And the squash blossom is actually the part of this piece which goes like that. This was done by the Navajos pretty exclusively. This piece is done in silver with turquoise, very ornate, very beautiful. And after the Navajo Indians did this in the turquoise, the Hopi and there was another tribe that I can't remember off the top of my head, but this is a truly traditional Indian piece that was photographed in the 1800s, in the 1830s, I believe, being worn on horses' foreheads. This part on the bridle of the horse's forehead.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so turquoise has become a very wonderful stone, and there's several places in Arizona specifically where you get really high quality turquoise. One of those is the robin egg blue that comes from several mines in Arizona, but you get examples like this particular piece, beautiful blue turquoise. You've got that surrounded by seed pearls, coral in London blue turquoise, set in bronze. It's an antique piece, but beautifully done. So the use of turquoise is not just traditional for the Indians, but it's been used for many, many years as part of the jewelry. And I saw turquoise in a lot of the jewelry when I was at the Victoria Albert Museum in London last fall. And turquoise has been just a lovely stone. And here's a little bit more of a contemporary piece of an eagle with the inlaid turquoise and the blue lapis put together. It's just a lovely stone. Turquoise is just beautiful.
What stone is not beautiful?
one that isn't being worn.
There you go. There you go. Exactly.
I really believe that.
Exactly.
All this beautiful stuff needs to belong somewhere. I'm going to segue from the turquoise into some pieces that came from the 1800s. And this particular pin is either a man's tie clip, and it's got beautiful opal in it, or it would have been worn by a Victorian woman on her collar, which they had to put pins across their collars to hold their collars together. So I've got a collection of really old pins that were either ties for men or collars for women, and then very delicate old pieces that are very old and very delicate and just beautifully done. And so you can see through history that jewelry has really been a part of our lives from the beginning.
How far back would you say?
From the beginning. When I was at the museum, I saw pieces that were BC pieces, and they were large and they were ornate and they were beautifully made. And you know, everybody has a particular style. So like a big, large piece like this is a great stone. This is quartz. It's a smoky topaz, large carat weight, and it changes and transforms.
That's gorgeous.
Just whatever it's on. This is a same stone. It's a smoky quartz as well, but it has a little bit more depth of color. This is accented with garnet. And again, it just totally changes your mood, your environment. It's really amazing what jewelry can do as an accessory, not only as an accessory, but just to change your mood or to change the look of an outfit.
Well, I have to. What do you think of this?
I love that piece. I happen to love that piece. I wonder where you got that too.
I got it from Connie. This I'm crazy about.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a personality thing.
It is.
It tells people who you are. And that is all Swarovski crystal, which is a beautiful stone. I love Swarovski. It pops, it shines, it's multifaceted. It's a rainbow of colors. But you can go from something that's got true bling, again, to something that's more muted, like amber. And amber's been around, I mean, this is probably some of the oldest material on the planet. This is actually the saplings of a tree, or actually, it's more like a polarized, totally set forever piece of ornate jewelry that's been, this amber has been around forever. It's a great stone. It's got a lot of history. It's beautifully done, and it's very lightweight. So if people want the big look but don't want to carry weight on their neck, amber's a great stone. And I love the orange colors. This is like a paparazzi sapphire color, orange and pinks in between it.
Oh, what is that?
It's a paparazzi sapphire quartz. And there's actually a sapphire called paparazzi, and it's got pinks and oranges in it, and it sort of has a fiery pink tone to it.
Gorgeous.
It's absolutely beautiful. And I love that color. But you can also get oranges in garnets, and garnets come in a lot of different colors. They come from mandarin garnet, which is orange, to a more moderate garnet, to the garnet that I happen to be wearing, which is more of a pinky red garnet. This is by David Yurman, who's a famous designer. A gorgeous piece. But, you know, garnets come in all different colors, and they become called different names as well. This, for example, is green garnet, but it's not called green garnet. This is a gorgeous piece of jewelry. And this is actually going to be called, and I pardon my misstep here, this is green tourmaline, or it's also known as Savarite garnet. So it's a green garnet. So you have
keep your hands
orange,
so they can get it.
They have orange, they have red, they have green, they have pink. Garnets come in all different colors. One of the most rare and special garnets is the Savarite, the one I just had on, the Savarite garnet, the green garnet, the deep green garnet is one of the most precious of the garnets. But this is also a Savarite garnet, and as you can see, it looks more like a Christmas tree. It's got more
It's
of
like
a
emeralds.
like emerald.
It really looks like
and
emerald.
it's beautifully done, and the stones are clean and crisp. But it's a garnet as well. So you have sort of this orange and red garnet colors, and red is a great stone. Red stones are my favorite stones because my birthstone happens to be a ruby. But red can come like in this color right here, which is coral. This comes out of the ocean. This is nature's beauty. And coral is absolutely fantabulous. It's just one of my favorite stones. It also comes from deep, deep red to what they call angel skin coral. And angel skin coral is a more pink coral. This is like an estate piece from like the 40s. So this is something that maybe Lucille Ball would have worn. So, you know, the red stones really do have a lot of variety. You also have rubies. You can get red in sapphires, like in this piece. You've got pink red sapphires in this.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So, and again, sapphires is another stone that comes in a lot of different colors.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why would a person like this ring, if this ring were real, how much would this be?
Oh, goodness gracious.
You know,
if that was a real diamond
yeah.
ring by Harry Winston,
yeah.
you could be looking at several $1 million.
Right. So
simply.
why would someone want a real stone versus
Something
costume
like
jewelry?
that.
Tell me why.
I think there's two different reasons for purchasing jewelry. One is an investment. And jewelry does maintain its value, and it always has and it always will. Jewelry is one of those things that if you buy a beautiful stone and get a good setting, you will have a lifetime of investment. They only go up. If you look at the gold prices, up, up, up. But you also can't afford to go out every day and spend, you know, tens of thousands of dollars on something. So I think, you know, when you buy yourself an investment piece, it's got to be a special occasion or a thought that I'm going to buy this because it's going to keep its value. In the meantime, we want to wear fun things. Yeah. This is purple turquoise. You know, there's blue turquoise, there's purple turquoise.
I didn't know it was purple.
Yeah, most people don't. Sugilite.
Is that real?
It's real turquoise.
It's real
and
turquoise.
It's purple. And it's as affordable as turquoise is. So, you know, you have options for the less expensive pieces of jewelry. You have lots of options. Yeah. In the lines of jewelry that are below, like diamond, emerald, sapphire, you get a lot of sub stones that are very valuable, like your amethyst. One of my favorite stones is the morganite, which was discovered by, actually wasn't discovered, it was discovered by a man named Kunzite. He was commissioned by J.P. Morgan for the company Tiffany to go out and discover a stone. And he came up with a stone in the 1920s, and this is a morganite, but he also discovered a kunzite, which he named after himself. Kunzites are not as pink, the kunzites are more pink and purple. The morganites blend from pinks and purples to more even orangey colors, but they're of a similar family, and it's of the beryl family, so this is like a pink emerald. But the clarity is there. You know, you get the quality and the hardness of an emerald in a pink stone. So those are called pink emeralds.
Connie, what would you say is more valuable, the diamond or the emerald or the ruby?
Boy, that's a really tricky question. I think all stones are valuable based on the quality of the stone. I have seen rubies that just are off the charts as far as value and you know, price. And I've seen diamonds that, you know, are $99. So, you know, we call that frozen spit in the industry. And it's exactly what it looks like. But it's the quality, it's the depth of color, it's the cuts. It's like a diamond. You have cut, clarity, color, everything involved, carat weight. And what you look for in any stone, whether it be an emerald or a sapphire or a diamond, is the quality of the color of the stone.
I see.
And the clarity of the stone.
Well, show us what you're wearing right now.
Oh, well, I've just happened to have a garnet on this finger. I have a diamond and ruby bracelet on this hand. I have a beautiful diamond.
Bracelet?
Oh, this is a diamond bracelet. This is lovely. This is a piece that
Who gave you that?
Someone special
Yeah.
gave me that for a very special birthday, but we're not going to say that I turned 50.
That was, what, your 25th?
Yeah, my 25th birthday. But, you know, this is a princess cut diamond bracelet that I just cherish. I wear it every day. It's very...
Do you take it off at night?
No. No.
You can shower with it and everything. Yeah.
I'd never take this off. This is so close to my heart. Again, that's what jewelry is about. It's having that thing that you just cherish because it came from something special and it continues to be something special.
It's so emotional.
It is.
For
It really
me,
is.
Except that every time I see something, I
You
want it. So.
I know. We all do. We all do. And that's why jewelry is so diverse. That's why you see so many designs. This is a Tiffany bracelet with a spider in it and a couple of little flies with diamonds in it on the end. This is a one-of-a-kind piece. And my mother used to tell me a poem when I was a little girl. And it was called, "Come into my parlor," said the spider to the fly. "'Tis the prettiest little parlor you ever did spy." So I love this piece because it reminds me, again, emotionally of something that my mother used to talk to me about. And somebody took that beautiful little childhood moment and turned it into a piece of history. And that's what Tiffany does so well. And that's why this piece I really enjoy. I really enjoy that piece. It's fun and it's got
and
a
now,
story.
what about this watch?
Oh, this watch is just fun. And that's what's so great about jewelry. I am wearing a fake diamond watch with a real diamond ring. And tell me there's a difference, you know?
Let's see. Hold your arm so the camera
Yeah.
can get you.
You know, there you go. You can see that.
And people don't go around and say,
snoop.
"Is that real?
Is that real?" Right, right.
And like something like this is so gorgeous, and it is real.
It is real.
But it doesn't look necessarily
Yeah,
like it's real.
so real it doesn't look real.
That's it.
And
That's it.
sometimes you can buy things like that look real, and they're not. But again, I think there's two reasons women and men buy jewelry. One is as an investment or a special event or a special honoring of somebody. And the other is that you just want to have an accessory. You want to have fun with this. This is, this is fun. Everything you see here is a really fun time. And when you look at it from every angle, you see something that can be very expensive or very affordable. One of my favorite greens is chrome diopside. This comes from Siberia. It can only be mined about 3 months a year because of the temperature. But the green in that is so luscious. Again, it looks like an emerald.
It isn't an emerald?
It isn't an emerald. This is called chrome diopside. It's a real, genuine stone.
But how do you, because you're an entrepreneur, gemologist, how can you tell?
Basically, emeralds don't come with that much clarity, generally speaking, and mostly you can tell by the price, because an emerald will tend to have different hues. You can have really bright green emeralds or a little bit more blue-green emeralds, but it's really hard to find an emerald without some kind of a milkiness or inclusion to it. Whereas chrome diopside and the green tourmalines, like this one, they come naturally with no inclusions, and they're beautiful, and they're collectible, and they can be very valuable. This piece right here, the depth of this particular green garnet is exquisite.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's like a Christmas tree green.
That's gorgeous.
But it's not an emerald green, so it does have a different separation of color. So sometimes it's about color, sometimes it's about clarity. Again, everything goes back to understanding the stones. This is one of my favorite stones. This is alexandrite. And alexandrite comes from Russia. This stone changes colors. It goes from a green-blue to a pink-red, and sometimes on huge varying degrees. But this particular stone I love because you can change your wardrobe by just changing your environment.
When does it change the color? When does the color change?
Inside, bright lights, it will be more vibrant green, and candlestick, moonlight, it will turn more red. So it's just a great stone, and I love alexandrite.
What advice would you give someone who has a fabulous ring, bracelet, or necklace? What if they lose it?
Oh dear, don't ever buy anything fabulous without insuring it. That's my advice. You really have to have it appraised and insured because it's some of these things are irreplaceable. I can't go back to 1820 and find the guy who built this, or I can't go back and find the Indian who made this. I can't even go back maybe and find this very contemporary piece right here that's just stunning, and this is a Bulgari piece. But this may be a one-of-a-kind piece. I don't know. So you have to have your jewelry appraised, and you always have to have it insured. I would not.
But isn't insurance very costly?
It's costly, but it's much more heartbreaking to lose a piece and not have insurance for it. So yeah, it may be costly, but these are investments. These are, you've got to look at gems and high quality gems as an investment
that's what
into
I want
your
you
future.
to tell the audience.
Yeah, you've got to think of that way. It's an investment, even if it's something that's not quite considered not something you normally hear about. For example, over here, I believe I've got a Paraiba tourmaline. Again, that tourmaline, which is a beautiful stone. This is a Windex blue colored stone, and it comes from Brazil mostly. But what makes it that color is that there's gold inside of the stone. It actually
really?
has a gold or copper underbearing on it, and the mine is mined out. You can't get this anymore. It's completely gone, as is the way of tanzanite going. Tanzanite is now 4 times more rare than diamond. 4 times more rare than diamond. So tanzanite is another mine in Tanzania, one source mine, only one place you can get it. So when you insure it, you've got to realize that even if you lose it, it's going to be very costly to replace because there's not going to be tanzanite 40 years from now that's being mined.
Is there any piece of jewelry that that you have a fantasy about that you would really like?
Oh, yeah. They just created a diamond in Switzerland, a diamond ring made out of 100% diamond, meaning the band and the top are all diamond.
Connie.
They had to take a huge, huge diamond, drill a hole in the middle, and make it into a diamond ring. And I believe, if I'm correct, and I may not be, it's $13 million. But the
that's what you
whole
want.
entire ring is a diamond.
Well, listen.
Talk about sparkle.
Yeah.
That would be the sparkle.
Would you be afraid to wear that?
Well, diamonds are pretty hard. They can take quite a lot of...
No, I mean with
Oh,
someone...
in public.
Yeah, in public, yeah. So what do you do about that?
Well, I think that particular ring would probably be so beautiful and so flawless that nobody would believe it was real.
Anyway.
But that's why we have our gems. We really do. I mean, we have them to wear.
Well, since you were the businesswoman of the year in 2010 and 2011, I think your boyfriend should get that for you.
I think he should too, but I don't think he will.
Why not?
Oh,
Come on.
Boy.
Come on, Connie. You can get something like that.
No, I couldn't.
You couldn't.
No, I
Okay.
couldn't. I would like to have it, but again, I would rather have something that I wouldn't be afraid to wear.
Yeah.
So I love this collection. This particular collection came from Maui. I was in Maui in November, and I saw this in a store. And this collection is called the Midnight Collection by Gary Ewing. And he's a native of the Bay Area and has lived in Maui for a while. But he creates these beautiful pieces, and he writes poetry for each piece. So they're all one of a kind, and they each come with a poem. So this is called, you can see the little heart on the end.
Yeah.
This is called Slave to Love. And you can see the little axe on there with the heart on it.
Yeah.
And then there's a little poem about being a slave to love. So jewelry can be very poetic and very artistic and very creative. And I've seen, like I say, the spider in the web, the slave to love, the different designs, the way they present themselves. Jewelry is poetry. It's poetry made of metal and stones, but it's poetry in itself.
It is.
It really is, and I think that's why we love it.
Well, I know a couple of, in fact, one of my granddaughters, I said to her, you can come over to my house and you can get anything you want, pick anything you want. And she said, I really don't like jewelry like that. I can't believe that my own grandchild isn't crazy about jewelry. So why I'm saying that is there are some people that feel it's an encumbrance. They just...
I think you have to just be hardwired for it. I really do. I think jewelry is just a passion. It's an accessory. I don't know of very many women who don't wear a watch and who don't take the time to look at the details and decide if it fits their personality, or very many men who do the same thing. I think the watch is the #1 accessory that we all wear. And then it goes from there. We have the engagement rings, and there's a lot of thought and time put into what you wear on your ring finger. But yeah, some people just aren't wired for it like you and I are.
Yeah,
and I think
know.
if you can see by the bling, we're definitely wired for
I would
it.
say.
But it's a fun thing. It's a personal thing. It's always a thing of beauty. And some people are just maybe not as comfortable as we are with accessorizing with jewelry, and maybe feel better, putting a baseball cap on. I don't know.
I know. Well,
but I put baseball caps on and wear jewelry.
Yeah.
I do both.
Do you wear
both.
jewelry when you horseback ride?
I do wear my jewels when I'm riding.
Really?
I do. I do. I always at least have a pair of diamond stud earrings in, at least.
Because it makes the horse feel much
It
more
makes the
elegant.
horse
look
then better. It makes the horse look better.
He's a gorgeous rider.
Yeah, and I love riding my horses. I really do.
And you're a new grandma.
I am a new grandma. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for mentioning that. I'm very excited.
It's a boy. So
Yes.
what are you going to do about jewelry for him?
Well, I'll buy him his first watch for sure. That'll be the first thing I give to him. If
yeah.
it was a girl, she'd already have her ears pierced.
Of course, of course.
With diamond studs in.
Of course.
But
of course.
he'll get a watch. He'll get something. But you know, again, jewelry is a personal thing, and what you wear and how you wear it is an expression of yourself.
It is.
And everybody has different tastes, different styles. Some people love their birthstones. Some people just love to mix and match. Some people just love the way it feels, and it does feel great. I play golf with diamond rings on. I put my golf club on and play golf, and people are like, "You're crazy," and I'm like, "No, I don't want to take this off. I like it. It
It's
feels
like
good on my finger. It's part of me." Yeah.
right?
I had a golf pro one time tell me, "You can't balance yourself if you're wearing that heavy of a watch," and I'm like, "But I'm not taking my heavy watch off. You need to teach me through this."
Connie, we have just about run out of time.
Okay.
I just love doing this show with you because, I mean, I can't think of anything that I'm crazier about in, speaking materially than jewelry. So
I agree.
I wish you well.
Thank you.
Only in the best of health.
Thank you.
And I want to thank our crew. We have mostly men, so I'm dying to know what they think about this. And of course, I want to thank our audience for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.